Welcome to this week's edition of McAllen Connect. I'm Roxanne Lerva Cáceres for the city of McAllen. Now today we find ourselves out at Town Lake Park, our newly reopened, very scenic and picturesque park. The park is located right in the heart of McAllen off Business 83 between 1st and 2nd Streets. If you enjoy the great outdoors, well, this is the perfect place to visit. Families can enjoy a scenic day out here, complete with a beach, where you can actually launch kayaks, canoes, or even hop into a paddle boat if you feel like it. And for our avid fishermen who want to enjoy a little catch and release, well, we also have a fishing pier available here at Town Lake. In other news around the city of McAllen, there's actually been a slight spike in the number of typhus cases in Hidalgo County. For much more on that, let's turn it over to our very own Roy Cantu.
I'm Roy Cantu here at McAllen City Hall with the Hidalgo County Health Director. We have some very important news about the cold weather. It's not flu necessarily, but it's stuff that your pets are bringing indoors. And here's Eddie Olivares to tell us exactly what's going on.
We've also, it's an honor to be here with the residents of McAllen. One of the areas that we need to be aware of, there's an illness called typhus. And typhus is an illness that is contracted from fleas and ticks. And in this cold weather, people bring their pets in. Well, you got to make sure that they're rid of fleas and ticks as much as possible, because there is an opportunity for a flea or tick to bite one of the humans that is in the household. And there is a small chance that there may be a transmission of typhus. And that particular illness is similar to flu. You get the body aches, the fever. You don't get the runny nose or the coughing, but the body aches are very, very severe, even massive headaches, where the headaches are very, very debilitating. The fever is usually low grade, like from 99 to 101. This illness can be treated. It is not deadly, but it is very discomforting. And the main way to prevent it is making sure that your pets are properly taken care of, making sure that they, maybe talking to your veterinarian to get the special medication to deal with fleas and ticks. There's medication now that can be given every 30 days that it rids your animals of those pests, and or making sure that the flea collars, et cetera, to make sure that that's all taken care of.
And you said basically you've seen a little spike because of the cold weather. That means people are doing the good thing and bringing in their pets. However, they have to make sure their pets have no fleas and ticks.
Right. Yeah, we've noticed that little spike, and we're attributing it to the cold weather and the rainy weather that we've had. And the pet owners are doing their due diligence. They're doing their due diligence in bringing in some of their pets indoors and keeping them safe. But take that extra precaution. It couldn't hurt, and it might actually keep you healthier.
And what other tips besides keeping your pets clean can people do to sort of avoid getting sick during these days?
Well, I think the main thing right now with influenza is a big issue for us right now. So I think the main thing is the 4 C's that I talk about all the time. The first C is clean your hands with soap and water. Cover your mouth when you sneeze and cough. You also contain the situation. If you're running a low-grade fever or fever, stay home. Stay away from school. Don't go to school. But the last C and the most important C is consult your physician. Talk to your doctor. Get a consult to make sure that you get an intervention that's appropriate for your medical needs.
So during this cold weather, there's 2 things you have to do: is take care of your pets, make sure that they're clean, and the second thing is to remember the 4 C's Mr. Olivares has told us about, so you can be safe this nice cold weather season and not get sick. For the city of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
And in keeping with your health news, because of the recent cold spells, we hear a lot of information about the swine flu, or is it H1N1? For much more of your health news, let's turn it back over to our very own Roy Cantu.
I'm Roy Cantu with the City of McAllen's Health Director, Josh Ramirez, to tell us a little bit about the flu season and what people can do to protect themselves. Josh, tell us, what are some of the safety tips and what's going on out there?
Well, Roy, I hope by now you got your shot already, because they were out early in the season, so I hope everybody got their shot for the flu, for the season actually, because in that flu you got coverage for all the flu viruses that are going out there right now. So that's the first important thing. Secondly, if you start feeling symptoms, okay, go see your doctor. Don't try to self-medicate yourself, because a lot of times you're just guessing or you're trying to follow directions for something that it may be something else. Your doctor knows your history, can tell you what complications you can have or not if you take certain medications. Even if it's a mild flu or cold or whatever you think you may have. Your body's reacting to something, go see your doctor. Tell him, you know what, I'm feeling this way or other. What do you recommend? He'll look at your history and say, you know what, this way you can take. But practice good hygiene as well. Wash your hands frequently. If you're going to cough or sneeze, cover yourself out of respect and love for the other human person that's next to you. That's the best way we can put it.
Are you seeing an increase in influenza out there, more cases?
Well, it's almost the peak of the season, so yes. It's a time where everybody, also we came through the holidays, a lot of kids were out home, came from schools, they were sharing a lot of stuff, including germs, so now we got them at home, so we gotta send out our kids back to school, so we need to tell them, make sure that you wash your hands frequently, good practice. So yes, there's a height in the amount of cases that the county is receiving by the hospitals, but at the same time, the flu is not a reportable disease, so we have to, the county has a very active program where they monitor and they check, and they tell us that there's been a spike in cases. So we are recommending to our citizens that go get your flu shot and practice good hygiene as well.
There's people that don't like to take the flu shot because they say they get the flu. Is that true?
No, not necessarily. It's not. Doctors tell us that it's not possible. But if you think that you do, go see your doctor and ask them that. Why am I getting this reaction? The doctor may tell you, you know what, because you have these other conditions, or you may, at the time that you took it, was this or that, and they could tell them exactly what happened. What's going on in their body that none of us know.
Josh, is there any age groups that are more susceptible to the flu that need to sort of make sure that they take their flu shot?
Those that have low immune systems, especially the elderly and our young children, and there are some adults that they are battling some other illness within their bodies, so they may want to see their doctor because their body doesn't have the immune system to fight that flu or that virus.
Well, thank you very much. Very good information for everyone to take. You can find this information also on the city's website at McAllen.net, but the health department here at the city is recommending for everybody to take their flu shot. For the city of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.
And thanks so much, Roy and Josh, for all that valuable information. Well, it is that time of year again for the Keep McAllen Beautiful Arbor Day celebration. Hundreds of runners and bicyclists hit the streets January 25th for the second annual Arbor Day Challenge. The race that begins at McAllen Municipal Park includes a competitive bike contest for men and women. There's also a non-competition category as well as a bike tour. Running enthusiasts can take advantage of a scenic 5K and 10K run. For those of us that simply want to enjoy a nice day out, well, you also have the option of participating in a family run and walk. The race makes a big difference in our city by giving a boost to the tree planting fund for McAllen. Keep McAllen Beautiful thanks all of its sponsors for contributing to this year's Arbor Day Challenge. Now, just a reminder for you folks, if you have a social event coming up and you're looking into room rentals, the McAllen Public Library serves the public by offering beautiful high-tech rooms for rent at modest prices. Nearly 900 events were held last year at the Meeting Center. The public is encouraged to go online, visit McAllenlibrary.net, or contact the marketing department for more information. The Meeting Center is comprised of 16 indoor and outdoor spaces throughout the McAllen Public Library. And for those parents like me that tend to procrastinate, we want to remind you that baseball and softball registration is currently underway with the McAllen Boys and Girls Club. If you're interested in registering your child, time is ticking. Registration ends February 13th at the Glenn and Rita K. Roney Center on North 34th Street, right off of 3 Mile Line. After the 13th, just remember, registration will only be accepted according to space availability, and that's pretty limited. The spring baseball season tentatively runs from late March through May. We have some really exciting news coming out of the McAllen Public Utilities office. McAllen Public Utility Board trustee Albert Cardenas was sworn into the Hidalgo County Appraisal District's Board of Directors. Cardenas was elected by residents to serve on the 5-member board. The appraisal district is responsible for assessing the value of all the real and business personal property in the county of Hidalgo.
I'm very honored to be a part of get elected to the Hidalgo County Appraisal Board. And I think with Hidalgo County going from agriculture to urbanization, there's no greater need to have proper appraisals for all the developments. So I'm just ready to work with the board and get ready to get things going for the Hidalgo County.
The Board of Directors meets every second Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. Congratulations go out to Mr. Cárdenas. Please don't forget to take advantage of McAllen's 311 app. It's available for free on Google Play and on iTunes. The app can be installed on a smartphone, tablet, or really any computer. It's a pretty handy app. It can be used to report concerns directly to our city. If you see a pothole, well, just send in the location. Or maybe you notice that there's a street light out. Send in the address and city crews will take care of the problem immediately. But just remember, this is for non-emergencies only. The McAllen 311 app can be used 24 hours a day. The McAllen Parks and Recreation Department has announced the Quinta Mazatlan Nature Speaker Series for the next couple of months. They are scheduled every Thursday night from 6 to 7 p.m. You can learn a lot more about our RGV treasures simply by joining the sessions. In February, you can learn about birding in the Yucatan and get an outdoor screening of Richard Moore's new birding documentary, just to name a few. Visit quintamazatlan.com for all the latest information. UT System Chancellor Francisco Cigarroa was back in the Valley on Tuesday, January the 14th. Cigarroa's first stop was Abraham Lincoln Middle School here in McAllen, where he had the chance to answer questions presented by students, teachers, and administrators. Let's hear what some of them had to say.
Because you all have so many more learning opportunities and access to unbelievable resources that, at least during my time, was more difficult to accomplish. So the opportunities for all of you are really absolutely remarkable. It's like Christmas every day, because the world is really changing in such a positive way for all of you. So what I'm going to try to do today is talk to you a little bit about the new university that we're establishing in the Rio Grande Valley. And the bottom line is that all of you and your children and your grandchildren will be the greatest beneficiaries of this transformational project that we're involved here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Chancellor Cigarroa's afternoon was spent at UT Pan American in Edinburgh, meeting with faculty and staff during one session and then with his students later in the afternoon. Designated community college and regional leaders also had the opportunity to discuss the future of UT Rio Grande Valley with Chancellor Cigarroa at various times throughout the day. This visit is the fourth in a series of community engagement meetings with students, faculty, staff, and community members related to the establishment of UT RGV. The Chancellor plans to return to South Texas on February 26th and hold similar meetings at UT Brownsville. That concludes this installment of McAllen Connect, and don't forget to come and visit us out at Town Lake Park. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roxanne Lerma.